Picture the Poet has a great range of professionally done photographs of poets from the National Portrait Gallery. And it's a real honour for more emerging voices who haven't sort of been photographed professionally yet to be able to have their own images in the exhibition.
Collaborating with the Writers' Centre has brought professional practice to the project by the students meeting the poets for the first time today and then having to go out and photograph them. So timescale, professionalism. We
selected 10 poets. There is a huge pool to draw from locally, but we were thinking about the mix of styles and we wanted to capture the diversity of the poetry scene as it exists in Norwich.
The most interesting part of this project is getting students out of the classroom into Norwich, photographing local poets for an exhibition.
It's been really lovely working with a young person, somebody considerably younger than me, who has an energy and an interest, but who I felt I could connect with, and the opportunity to feel I've been located in my city, to be photographed in the city that I love, in places that I enjoy spending time in, makes me feel like I belong. So the opportunity to have my image be sort of established as part of the city has felt really, really valuable to me.
It's interesting to talk to the photographers about their art form and talk to the photographers about my art form and how much in common photography and poetry has. You know, how much they'll be saying, well, we take lots and lots of photographs and then we pick ours, we find our photograph from that. It's like poetry in a lot of ways. I write lots and lots of words in a notebook and from that I might find a small poem.
We were paired with Tom. Our first location was the market, and we came up with that because there's a lot of people about, and talking to him, it just seemed his kind of scene.
No, I'd never heard of Tom before until today, although I found a lot about him on the shoot. When we spoke to him, he didn't like having his picture taken, so we kind of made it more of a natural environment and spoke to him throughout the shoot, so it was natural for him.
And he said one of the things he does, he likes having a cup of coffee or tea when he starts writing. So we went to a cafe, you know, him just drinking and us chatting, taking photos. I think the main thing we were trying to achieve is just to get him to be more carefree in front of the camera, to get more of a natural image, and I think we got that.
I enjoyed the collaboration with the photographer in terms of finding something that fit for both of us in terms of how po-faced I thought it might be or how kind of playful it needed to be.
And we did a sort of a series based around the fact that he always looked bored in photographs. So we did it around Anglia Square, in front of weird named shops.
We started at the cathedral, which was okay, but it felt a little bit stuffy. It felt a little bit kind of romanticised traditional poet in a kind of a meaningful location. We kind of got a bit bored of that and wandered off down a high street and started taking photos. It got progressively more silly and more playful and played around with the context.
I used a lot of background because she didn't want to be the main focus, because she was quite shy. At first I didn't know what her style was, but she said that she likes nature, so I took her to gardens and took pictures next to flowers.
I think a project like this will help young people to get the same sort of sense of the excitement, the energy that goes on behind the poet creating the words. So, you know, you look at these portraits, George Surtees, Benjamin Zephaniah or Carol Ann Duffy, all these poets who are represented in the exhibition. And, you know, what's actually going on behind their face? You know, what are they thinking when they write the poem? And I think if the exhibition and the National Portrait Gallery outreach projects can bring some of that to the fore, then this is a kind of another way of sort of putting the poetry out there, of taking it to the people.
This project is important for my students because it's a live brief. They're leaving college soon. This gives them professional practice, so they're working with people they don't know to do portraits.
The fusion and the possible future relationships that might come between photographers and poets are a really interesting thing for us to think about.